What would you do if your friend was taken by a dark force? This is the eerie reality Neha, Ajay, and Kavitha found themselves grappling with. Their friend Leela had vanished without a trace, leaving behind nothing but an ominous chill in the air. The trio, driven by desperation and fear, hit the ground running. Every second that ticked by was a second lost, a second that Leela was in the clutches of an unseen, malevolent entity. They knew they had to act swiftly, or risk losing Leela to the shadows forever. Kavitha, a firm believer in the arcane, suggested a drastic course of action, a counter-curse. It was a risky move. The counter-curse was an ancient ritual, its origins lost to the sands of time. It was said to have the power to banish darkness and bring back those lost to it. But the ritual was shrouded in mystery and fraught with danger. The slightest misstep could spell disaster. Nevertheless, the three friends had no other option. They gathered around a makeshift altar, their hands trembling as they held the rare herbs and spices required for the ritual. Their hearts pounded in their chests like war drums, echoing the gravity of what they were about to undertake. As they began to chant the ancient words, the air around them shifted, tangible and heavy. The darkness seemed to coalesce into a presence, a being of shadow and malevolence that loomed over them. It was as if they had stirred a slumbering beast, its eyes gleaming in the darkness. But Neha, Ajay, and Kavitha didn't waver. They continued to chant, their voices rising and falling in a hypnotic rhythm. They poured every ounce of their courage and desperation into the ritual, their voices growing louder and more confident. Slowly but surely, the darkness began to recede, banished by the power of the counter-curse. Their perseverance was beginning to pay off, but would it be enough to bring Leela back from the grasp of the unknown? And then, in a burst of light, Leela reappeared. She was a silhouette against the blinding brightness, stumbling forward as if emerging from a dream. Her eyes were wide, filled with confusion and the faintest flicker of fear, but she was unharmed. The relief was palpable. It surged through the room like a living thing, washing over Neha, Ajay, and Kavitha. They rushed toward her, their arms thrown around her in a tight, protective embrace. Their hearts pounded in unison, a symphony of relief and triumph, punctuated by the salty sting of their tears. But even in their joy, they were acutely aware of the lingering darkness. It was still out there, a malevolent shadow waiting for its next opportunity to strike. The threat was far from over, and they knew their fight was only just beginning. They would have to remain vigilant, ready to face whatever horrors lurked in the shadows. And they would be ready. From that day on, the group dedicated themselves to studying the ancient arts. Their curiosity sparked a relentless quest to uncover the secrets of the universe. Their names echoed through the halls of the occult, their expertise recognized and revered. They delved into the depths of ancient texts, sought forbidden knowledge, and traveled the world, guided by the flickering candle of curiosity. But with each turn of the page, every unearthing of a hidden truth, a shadow grew. An ominous darkness seeping into their lives, growing stronger and more potent with each revelation. It was as if the pursuit of knowledge itself was feeding this malevolent entity, fueling its power. One chilling evening within the stone walls of an ancient temple, Kavitha broke the silence. Her voice, usually firm and confident, trembled with a hint of fear. "We have to be careful," she warned, her eyes reflecting the dancing flames of the roaring fire. "We're playing with forces beyond our control." Neha, her face illuminated by the firelight, nodded gravely. "We've unleashed a power that we can't contain," she agreed, her voice barely a whisper against the crackling of the fire. "We need to find a way to stop it before it's too late." But Rohan, always the thrill-seeker, was undeterred. His eyes, ablaze with the thrill of discovery, shone in the firelight. "We're on the brink of a major discovery," he declared, a note of defiance in his voice. "We can't turn back now." And so they continued their quest, their pursuit of knowledge a beacon in the face of the encroaching darkness. They uncovered secrets that had been hidden for centuries, their discoveries illuminating the world. Yet with each revelation, the shadows grew darker, the darkness stronger. They stood on the precipice of understanding, of power, of danger. The echoes of Kavitha's warning reverberated in their minds. We need to find a way to stop it before it's too late. But the allure of knowledge, the thrill of discovery was too strong. The ancient texts, the hidden truths, the power they promised all beckoned them forward towards the darkness, towards the unknown. until finally they stumbled upon an ancient ritual that would grant them ultimate power. The group, driven by a combination of curiosity and arrogance, dared to perform the ritual. The air crackled with an energy that was both terrifying and exhilarating. It was a power that promised knowledge and control, a power that was as intoxicating as it was dangerous. But as they chanted the ancient incantations, a sense of dread filled the room. The shadows seemed to grow darker, the air colder. They had expected power, but not like this. Not a power that was raw, wild, and uncontrollable. A power that felt alive. Too late, they realized their mistake. The darkness they had been fighting against was not an external force to be banished, but a part of the very universe itself, and now they had invited it in. One by one, the group fell victim to the darkness they had unleashed. Neha, always the optimist, was the first to go. Her screams echoed through the temple, a chilling reminder of the price they had paid for their hubris. Next was Ajay, the skeptic, his body writhing in a dance of agony and terror. His final moments were a grotesque spectacle of the power they had sought to tame. Rohan, the thrill-seeker, met his end with a stare of paralyzing fear. His eyes, once filled with excitement and wonder, were now frozen in a mask of horror. Finally, Kavitha, the voice of reason, fell. Her eyes, filled with a mix of resignation and defiance, locked onto Leela. With her last breath, she whispered a final warning, her voice barely audible over the deafening roar of the darkness. "Run, Leela. Run, and never look back." And so, the ultimate power they had sought became their ultimate downfall. The darkness they had hoped to control had consumed them, leaving behind only a chilling tale of ambition, hubris, and a power beyond human understanding.